Hello and welcome back to the Fastest podcast, where we cover everything from the greatest overtakes to the fastest pit stops. After today's multiple sessions in Brazil, we've got a Norris pole and a Norris sprint win heading into tomorrow's Grand Prix Sunday. So it's been a busy day for McLaren.
Piastri.
For many reasons. Celebrating, rebuilding a car, they've done it all today. So it lines us up quite interestingly for tomorrow. So we've just had the qualifying for the Grand Prix. A couple of surprises. And when I say a couple, a lot of surprises, maybe, with tomorrow's grid. Pigeon,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
Well, okay, so let's start off with the big news. Max Verstappen qualified P16 for tomorrow's Grand Prix, which is, well, a shock because it simply doesn't happen. And then
What was that stat you were telling me?
So this is the first time since Sochi 2021 that Max Verstappen has not made it out of Q1. It is the 7th time in his career that he hasn't made it out of Q1 in a, what is it now, 11 years career. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And it's the first time since Japan 2006 that both the Red Bull drivers have not made it out of Q1. That is insane consistency. But also, what the frick happened to Max Verstappen today?
I think the first thing I said, because unfortunately I did not get to see the session live, but I was refreshing the timesheets. I just said, him and Yuki, at least they've got each other to keep each other company.
Yeah, at least Yuki's close this time. It's not the correct side of the grid to be close to, but at least they're close.
Yuki wasn't closing to Max, so Max said he would close to Yuki.
Yeah, he's like, I'll give you this one, and then I think they went into the sprint pretty decently. Max started P6, overtook Alonso P5. Then one of the McLarens crashed, so he got P4. That's where he finished. Then Hulkenberg crashed. Then Colapinto crashed, all in the same corner at the same time.
Seconds apart.
Yeah, pretty
unrelated.
Pretty scary actually, because you're crashing while there are two cars there. Yeah, we could go into how the FIA called a safety car rather than a red flag. Yeah,
that's a whole other podcast.
That's a long podcast, but I just wanted to quickly touch on it. FIA has been questionable in calling their red flags in the past.
Yeah, the thing with the procedure in that regard is, we as fans will probably never be satisfied completely by what they call. Fair. In this instance, it should have been an instant red flag.
There was severe damage to the barriers. There's 3 cars with drivers on there, and cars were still going through that corner.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a chain reaction. It was just 3 cars separately going off at the same corner.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. I think as soon as that third car was in the wall, we should have been under red flag conditions immediately.
Yeah.
There was no use for a safety car at that point in the race. We were only on lap 7.
Yeah,
we restarted lap 8. There was no. What were they gonna do? Like levitate them over the there was no need for a safety car at that point.
And I think it also took like 20 minutes to fix, because there was, of course, the cars that needed to get out of there, the barriers needed to be fixed. But that's It was a pretty interesting sprint, though. Not much happened afterwards, but it was a pretty interesting to see, because it was really treacherous conditions, as we saw in turn 3. And then it's pretty good to see how those drivers react to those conditions, and you can really see who shines and who doesn't. Because Norris obliterated the field in that sprint race.
He didn't exactly run away with it.
No, but he kept a strong lead, and Antonelli didn't really get a chance. He did finish a great P2, but he didn't really give him any chance to overtake. So.
No, he didn't give him a chance to overtake. That's true, but I would say, in the same regard, I'm interested to see how the McLaren does out front more in the Grand Prix, because obviously we saw in Mexico how he built that
Yeah.
very strong gap, which isn't something we've seen tons of this year. So I would be interested to see how that translates tomorrow when he's got a longer set of stints
Yeah.
to work with. Because Antonelli finished within a second of him. You know, it wasn't.
It was close.
Ugh.
It was close. Those
It was close.
final 5-6 laps, he had DRS. Didn't really get to pull a move on him,
No.
which I would have liked to see a little bit more pressure. But
Me too.
both of them raced really well. You can really see that Antonelli has gained confidence.
Yes. I was very impressed with Anthony today. You know, he finished ahead of his teammate in both sessions, both in the sprint and in qualifying. So very, very impressive from him. I'd be interested to know sort of how he's feeling with the car, because the Mercedes has been consistently good in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
I think since they've backed away from those darn Imola upgrades, I think the further away they've gotten from them, the stronger they've kind of become.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
interesting.
I think that Mercedes have a kind of similar season to Red Bull, where they started off not really the strongest, but they had their moments. And then,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, way more consistency than Red Bull.
across their
but
drivers, yeah. But
yeah,
I think if you level it out, it's pretty accurate. Mercedes and Red Bull are basically level on points. I think there's only
yeah.
like 20 points in it at this point.
And Ferrari hanging around as well. Like it's interesting actually.
Yeah.
Well, once you look past McLaren,
Yeah.
it's quite actually interesting how close the field has been. So yeah, it was very impressive to see Kimi, you know, putting it on Norris a little bit, and it was interesting to see Norris defensive driving. It's not something that we see loads of. Again, like
Did he do defensive driving? I don't think he needed to be honest.
not really today, I suppose. But how he responded to the pressure, I guess, because his tyres were.
Yeah.
He was not happy on those tyres, let's say. He was on the softs. I think everyone behind him was on the mediums at that point after the red flag. So it's good to see him kind of. I don't want to give him loads of credit and say cope.
He's back in a rhythm.
Yeah.
He's won in Mexico. Put it on pole. Put it on pole again. And he's showing that he's ready. He's gotten out of this I wouldn't say slump. And
his performance was just average before.
Yeah.
And now where Piastri's kind of tailed off, he seems to be excelling. I don't know if that's some sort of weird F1 driver mentality ego boost. I don't.
No, I think just Norris has gotten some kind of more confidence in that car. I think he's mentally all there now. He was really beating himself up at the start of the season with little mistakes, and he was like, yeah, I could have done this better and this better and this better. Well, he was actually on pole, which is a good mentality to have if you want to get better, but also if you're not quite confident, it can have an effect on your mentality.
Sometimes when he gets out the car, I'm just like, mate, smile, be happy with it, like just stop hating on yourself so much. Like he's had a really impressive few weekends, and I mean he's topped every session this weekend as well. So
it could be.
I think F1.
I sorry, I don't know. Could be. I think it was either Lando or Piastri. So yeah.
I think in that case, then I think it was Lando.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, I mean, he's people giving him a hard time for not capitalizing. Well, he's definitely capitalizing now.
Yeah, I mean, I also think people should give him a hard time because it's not an easy sport. But we as media, of course, are very easy to say like, yeah, he's not doing it. He's doing bottling. He's not capitalizing, and then he pulls out a performance like he did in Mexico and right here. And we have to give him praise for what he is doing because at the end of the day, he is the fastest. and he did the best.
I think it's kind of the same way that when Piastri was kind of wiping the floor with him, it was very impressive. And now that the shoe's kind of on the other foot, it's impressive. Like this is the scope of it. I think a lot of people get caught up with their driver,
Yeah.
but actually, I've got to take my hat off to both of them. They've both driven very impressively this season, just at different times.
It's always fun how we always get back to McLaren's performance while we're
Let's get away
actively
from
trying
it.
to review a session.
Well, I mean, while we are talking about McLaren, let's talk a little bit about Piastri's performance today, and then we can move away from the subject. Piastri was running in P4 behind P3, behind
Antonelli,
Norris and
Norris.
Antonelli. And yeah, Norris kicked up a little bit of spray onto the track, which him and Antonelli went through quite happily, but Piastri lost it and put it in the wall, as did Colapinto, as did Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg, luckily, under the red flag, did manage to repair the car under the FIA supervision.
We actually learned something today.
Yeah, we did learn something today. We were very confused as to what was going on during that red flag.
I was not aware that you were allowed to change your rear wing under a red flag condition.
And I initially thought it was his front wing, and I was like,
I mean, it was both. It was both. But yeah, apparently you're allowed to change your rear wing under FIA supervision during a red flag. I wasn't aware, so I learned something today.
Yeah, I mean, they had the official there. They had the...
Yeah, they literally had to put the whole wing on a scale, which was about that big. Which was really funny to see how they had to balance it. And then the FIA said,
that specific official never goes anywhere without his scale. So it was very fitting. But yeah, so not great for Piastri. He came into the weekend a point behind Lando. He goes into the race 9 points behind Lando. So that's probably not ideal. He admitted afterwards it was just a silly mistake. But I mean, there was water on the track. 2 other drivers got caught out by it. It's not the end of the world, but it's 8 points that he doesn't.
Let's be honest. We were still counting in Max Verstappen for the championship. 9 points is nothing. We have 4 more races to go. 1 more sprint. 9 points can easily be gained back by 2 wins. That's how easy it is. If you beat Norris, if you beat Norris twice, then you're ahead. That's that easy.
100. Is it just 1 more sprint now? So
yeah, it's 108 points. 108 points. Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah, I mean anything's possible. I'm not saying it's not. But yeah, the gaps are close. The performances are close. So we're gonna get an interesting final quarter of the season, final 4 races of the season. Someone who made a splashy exit in the sprint race was Gabriel Bortoleto. Had a massive crash in the final lap of the race in the first corner of the track. A 57G impact into the barriers.
And it wasn't even just 1 impact, it was 2. I think it was 30 something.
2, yeah.
And then
he was okay.
50.
He was okay. He got out of the car fine. Car was absolutely wrecked. They managed to rebuild. I'm saying rebuild. They managed to get a car ready, but he didn't qualify. Sadly, they had a new engine, new everything. So he will be able to take part tomorrow, but he'll be at the back of the grid, along with Colapinto and someone else. Looks up notes.
Tsunoda.
Ocon and Tsunoda.
Ocon.
Yeah.
And Max. They're all there together.
Yeah.
No, I mean that was a scary one. I saw a fan perspective from the grandstand that he went into the bottom of. Well, not the grandstand, but just really want to clarify that. But the grandstand area. And the sound.
It was an unexpected crash as well because there was no contact. He didn't hit anyone.
No,
it was just he was trying to go for a pass and it was just kind of still damp. Tried to go to the inside, had a snap, and kind of just went into the barriers.
I mean, I think a lot of the drivers today were not over the moon about the grip on the circuit. So yeah, but it was just a horrible incident. I would not have enjoyed being Alex Albon watching that just in front of me. Like,
yeah, I had to think of that meme where it's like.
I mean, all the angles that we saw of that incident, it was just from every angle, it just kept looking worse and worse. So I'm really glad he's okay. We were worried that maybe he'd broken something.
Yeah, looking at his steering wheel, I was like, yeah, he's definitely broken something.
I was worried about his wrists, but
he was checked out. Could still be something. Some injuries take longer to really get the brunt of, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if they were concerned for that, I'm sure they would have sent him for more extensive checks. But you know, it's a shame for him anyway because it's his home crowd. It's his first home race. Like, I'm sure that's not how he wanted it to go today. But he still does have the race tomorrow, so
and he'll
anything
start
could happen.
Pretty close to his big buddy Max Verstappen. So
at least he has Max. Max is just handing out favors with this qualifying. He's next to his teammate. He's next to his grid child. Like, they're all there together back there. One big Max Verstappen family.
Q2 didn't really have any special things other than Lewis Hamilton sadly not making it out of Q2. Yeah, there wasn't much more to it. Albon and Sainz didn't make it out. Stroll didn't make it out, and Alonso also didn't make it out.
I was surprised, to be fair, for Alonso. The Ferrari did not particularly surprise me. I know Leclerc qualified quite well, but the Ferrari yesterday, I was like looking at it, and Lewis looked like he was really wrestling the car. So I didn't have the highest of expectations, shall we say, going in. But Alonso, I was surprised. He was like racing the top five earlier.
I think it's the medium tires that really suited him because you saw in Q2 SQ2 he had to go onto the mediums, of course. He was what, P2 in SQ2.
He was way up. He was
pretty high up. So and then of course they have to switch to softs, and that could just be a tire that really doesn't suit you. I know it didn't for Russell because he also was complaining about it a lot. But yeah, for the top 10, we had a couple of surprise visits. We had both Racing Bulls in there. They have had their moments this season, so not really the surprise. Oliver Bearman made it into the Q3 again. Gasly and Hulkenberg all made it into Q3, and of course Norris, both Mercedes and Leclerc. So we had a mixed qualifying, especially given their first stints, because after the first stint, Bearman was on provisional pole. A sight that, if you told me, I would have laughed. Yeah, I would have laughed.
I got a lot of very frantic messages when that happened. I was like, where is F1 TV?
Yeah, Norris locked up in his first run, lost 7/10 and was 10th up until the final minutes of the session. After which he went quickest, so he's proven that he can still put on a lap out of nowhere if he needs to. So the final kind of classification for tomorrow will be Norris Antonelli. Antonelli once again on the front row. Leclerc and Piastri, so Piastri isn't that far off yet. Then we have Hadjar and Russell, Lawson and Bearman who made it into P8, which is still pretty good. You can definitely make some moves there. Then we have Gasly and Hulkenberg, the fifth row. I must say they have all done pretty well to get themselves up in that position. I mean, Gasly really loves this track. He's got 2 podiums here. He's been quick all weekend, to be fair.
Yeah, he was impressive yesterday too. So I mean, I'm glad that's translated as well over to today for him.
Yeah.
I love when the V-Car boys start in the top 10. I think they are doing so well. Hadjar is my rookie of the year. I don't care what the FIA decides. He's my rookie of the year. So I was very happy that he's starting P5, I think. That's impressive.
P5, yeah.
That's very impressive.
We don't know for sure what the weather is going to bring us tomorrow.
Max Verstappen P1 by the end of the day, probably. But
if it rains, I'm not going to make any more predictions because I'm definitely not clairvoyant. So.
But yeah, I mean, as well as the V carbs, Behrman, very very impressive. I
Yeah, it
think
was
he's
he
really
was really
chasing.
strong.
Yeah, he's been strong again all weekend as well. So I think he's chasing that Mexico high for that he was on, which is really good to see. Um, that was a really great race for him. So hopefully he can do something similar. The track is not
I think
super samey, but seems to
yeah
be working
yeah.
for him.
I think strategy will be key tomorrow, given possible changeable conditions.
Mm,
And the fact that it really is. I said it in the preview. This is a driver's circuit. If you are not comfortable in the car, you will not perform this weekend. And we saw it with Max. He wasn't comfortable, had to
he was very
play it
unhappy during the
safe,
sprint.
and didn't make it out. Norris was flying all week. Pole. I mean, not the biggest margin of the season, but still pole. Antonelli
Yeah,
finds some kind of pace and just puts it on P2. Russell, who did his final run on mediums, only P6. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a pretty interesting race tomorrow.
yes, I think we are. It will also be interesting to see that if we are in changing conditions, it'll be interesting to see how those rookies perform in the top 10, if they can hang on, how strategy is going to play out with that as well. So it's good to see. I think,
Yeah,
uh,
four rookies in the top 10. That's actually
yeah,
pretty decent.
well done.
4 out of 6. That's
Meanwhile, you've got Hamilton, Alonso, and Verstappen just. Yeah, do you know what? Hats off to him. Well done, because it is a driver circuit, and the veterans are not there. So
I mean, they'll have some fun tomorrow, clawing up back a couple of positions. It really
yeah,
depends on what kind of race it'll be. We don't know at this point. So
it does
yeah,
make for an interesting one. I mean, we
if
didn't
it
really know what we were in for today,
yeah,
so
I think
tomorrow,
if it rains, Norris will probably be strong. He's been strong in the rain this year. And if Red Bull don't opt for any changes on that car, I don't think Verstappen will be fighting for any podium. I think he'll be P8 if he's happy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's just my 2 cents.
the thing is they might have to just try something bold because of the fact that he's not particularly happy.
Yeah,
But if there is rain involved, the great equalizer.
I mean
So
everyone has been saying like, yeah, are you gonna chuck in a new engine and new setup? I think if I think they're gonna respond to the latest weather update because he is
yeah,
P16. If they have to change the setup for Verstappen to feel comfortable, then of course you can chuck in everything new and just start from the pit lane. Might even be safer to kind of duck out of the chaos.
yeah,
Yeah,
it could pay off, to be fair,
yeah.
tomorrow.
So
Lap one in Brazil. I mean, today we got away mostly quite clean, but lap one in Brazil makes for punctures quite often.
yeah.
So
Do we want
bit
to
of wheel
do any
banging going
any
on.
any DNF predictions for tomorrow? Usually we do with podiums, but we've already done that, of course. How many DNFs do you think we will see tomorrow?
Four,
4.
four, yeah.
I think 2, and only one rookie.
Uh, Alonso.
You just hate on Alonso, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. Alonso, Lawson.
I just asked how many. I didn't ask you to name them.
No, I can do that. No, I'm actually not going to continue. I don't want to see any DNFs, but I
Yeah.
think there will be some. Like today, we were like, this is going okay. The
And then
track's dry,
Piastri chucked it into a wall, so yeah.
and then within the span of 5 seconds, three of them were in the wall. So I'm not going into this blind.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see some stuff. I don't want to see this stuff. I don't want anyone to have their race ruined, but these things happen.
I mean,
And
I think
God
I
knows
think
they happen at this track.
there is a real difference between DNFing and crashing. If you can't make it back to the pits, you DNF. If you crash, that's there's a difference.
Yeah, I think we'll see some technical DNFs at this stage in the season. It's not unheard of.
Could be.
I think we could also see a couple of crashes. I think we're gonna have a few safety cars. So yeah,
I think we'll just have to wait and see.
we might just have to do that. But yeah, no, I think we will see some DNFs. What else do we need to cover? Really, I think that's.
Like I said, I think we just need to wait and see.
Just need to wait and see.
Just need to.
That's the crux of it.
Tune in tomorrow on all socials possible, and watch for some possibly great racing action. I think it's going to be interesting with Antonelli starting on the front row. He's got nothing to lose, everything to prove.
And he's also got his teammate helping him box Norris in.
I mean, Russell's in P6, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But
no, sorry, I'm thinking of the sprint.
I think I'm wrong. I think Antonelli will be trying something tomorrow if he can, and Norris will have to fight for his win.
Where am I?
Well, I hope you're at home, but
yeah. No, sorry, I was like thinking of a completely. I don't know why I thought that at all because we just talked about it. But anyway, it's been a long day of Formula One action. Antonelli's there. You've got Piastri starting in P4 as well. So Leclerc will also be wanting to try his luck. But Lando did have a good start today, and God knows we are not used to one of those from him. So let's hope for his sake he sticks it tomorrow because his teammates on the other side of the grid. Am I right in thinking that the other side of the grid is the preferred?
Depends. Like I said, rain can be really interesting.
That's true.
Usually speaking, it's the inside has a real advantage here for some reason. Well, it's not even racing lines, so yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll just have to wait and see. Well, in that case, yeah, that is everything from us this evening. Hopefully we will see you guys again tomorrow with some fun updates after the race. In the meantime, you can keep an eye on our social media across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, website, all the places where you use social media, you can find us. Keep an eye on our website as well for any updates. Twitter, you can get live updates on the race tomorrow. So in the meantime, that is all from us. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you're as excited for the Brazilian Grand Prix as we are. Good night.